This is a public disclaimer. If you don't like really sappy shit, then probably should just shut this off. Hello, I am well in the way of recording another album, and this is how I record albums, is in this very comfortable outfit. I just want to say real quick that this video has timestamps, but there are two sections in the beginning and at the end where I'm talking and explaining a lot of stuff. And so that might not be for everyone. If you just want to know about the production, just click the timestamps and skip past all this stuff because it's important to me. So that's why I left it. I am Kyle, and I have a band called CHiPS. And this song that we just put out it's a love song, man. Nothing else about it, but Emma, the singer and co-writer in CHiPS. Bro, what the? I swear to God. Hello? Goosey, come here. Yeah, come here. What? No one's coming. It was an AI. It was an AI. They're coming for us, Goose. Oh. Go lay down. Anyways, this song is about Emma and her fiance. And so just a quick backstory is we were just about to put out all these songs that we just did. Emma was at a wedding one day, and I'm like expecting not to hear from her or anything. And she FaceTimes me. And all of a sudden, like, I get on FaceTime and her hand's like way up, like close to the camera. And I'm like, did this fucking idiot eat shit at the wedding and like break her hand? Like, what the heck is going on? And she's just like, look at my finger. Well, she got engaged to my dear, dear friend, the Lozenge King, Ryan. I've never in my life it was like overwhelming to another level that I've never experienced. Maybe because like I'm just like how close I am with Emma and him. Like we all knew that they were going to get married, but dear God, it was crazy. And something came over me. But basically I just decided, like, after we like spent 25 minutes crying about it all together on FaceTime, I was like, I'm not going to go to bed until I write a song. And the crazy thing too is it was like 10:30 in LA, and she lives in Nashville. It was late as shit. So I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna be up till like 4 a.m. But anyways, I wrote on here. It's like our little book. I'll probably have to take it, unless it's backwards. I can't tell. But basically, these are all the words from that night. And I wrote at the top, before I even started, I said, this is probably the most important song I'll ever write, so please, powers that be, bless me. Because, let's be real, I've been seeing a lot of shit on Threads lately where people are like, here's music advice from me, or don't listen to other people about music advice and blah, blah, blah. Listen, the only thing that's real is that we all are just on this journey, and we're the people who are opening the door to let in whatever the hell happen. And we just let that shit flow through us, and we make the crap we make. Because genuinely, doing these production videos, I sit here and I look at the stuff that we're doing, and I'm like, I barely remember doing any of this. Could that be the Vespers? Maybe. But also, it's just, you're just letting something come over you. So that's what this song is. It's just all pure emotion. So let's play the first chorus here. Please feel love because you know you deserve every bit of his heart. I'm gonna have to get Goose here because he's being a little wild right now. But it's funny because I have headphones on, so you can't hear it obviously. But my dog loves this song. Like, if I play this over the speakers, he comes in here all the time. It's like the funniest thing, and he'll just stare at me. He's just like, and then I sing it to him because I love him. But hold on, let me go get him. Goosey. Please feel love because you know you deserve every bit of his heart. When you cry, I hope to hold you every day for the rest of your life. Damn. Like, I can't even express myself. And honestly, beyond that, I mean, this song was such a whirlwind of like feelings and emotions. Mainly because if you know Emma, A, it's really hard to surprise her, which is what I wanted this to be. But B, you never know how like these kind of things will land. Because she's just a hardcore ass girl. So I was honestly so insanely nervous doing this. But then doing it, and just the fact I wanted to do it, I mean, that's almost more important than what it actually turned out to be. But also, I do think that I honored them and did them justice, and the, like, how, musically talented her and Ryan are. I think that I did my best to honor them. And also, it was surprising for me to do this, mostly because I'm not like her. Like, I'm not this like phenomenal savant singer. So this song was like not only trying to write this beautiful song that she would love, but also like being able to do it. And I think yeah, I know, again, it's like I'm lucky, I guess. I got lucky. I have no idea. I don't know how I did it. I have a voice memo. Let me grab my phone. I have a voice memo where from the day like that I wrote it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Yeah, May 11th. So look at this. Oh my God. I got from where it says 21 minute to where it says PFL up there. That was like the kind of progression of me doing this. And like this, I mean, this is a 26.5 minute thing where I think I'm literally at the piano. Like, I'm trying to figure out like what the hell I'm doing. Like, I'm making shit up, but pretty much at 21 minutes in, I like picked up a guitar. Let's see. It's all part of the searching process. See? I told you he likes the song. How fucking funny is that? Goosey, come here. I'm like, fuck, time to write it down. Oh my god, this is crazy to hear. I think it's here. Because it was random. It just came out of just thinking about it. Oh, Jesus. I'm like crying my eyes out doing it. So, just goes to show if you just let it in, it can find you, I guess. But, you know, obviously I know her so well and all the things that have happened to her and the good, the bad, everything that I think like I was just looking for like a message, like maybe a message, but just I was looking for something to say to, like, what would I say to her? And I think that's where I land. It's like, please feel loved because you know you deserve it. Or you deserve all his heart. So, oh, man, it was like, it was just crazy writing this song. And then writing it was fine. Once I wrote it, you know, I busted that out pretty quick. Made maybe like one or two edits like later on. But then you got to produce it. And so the way that I did the guitar was that I had two microphones. So I had one microphone like right in front of me, a big condenser. I use Vanguard mics. I don't know if you guys know them, but they're sick and they're really affordable. But I had this one like, you know, on the guitar. And then I had a pencil condenser. This is also a Vanguard. And this is sick because this can like screw off. And like you can put on different capsules, but this one I had a small capsule on it, and it was pointed at the guitar, and that was like over here too. And I like moved them around and set them up. And what ended up happening was I like in producing this song, it was like, okay, I want in the chorus the guitars to be stereo and be like big and beautiful and whatever. But in the verses, it just was like too overwhelming because I originally played through the whole song. And what I ended up doing was, for example, it's show and tell, but like I was sitting like this, you know, playing it. And it just was way too big because I wanted it to feel super personal. So what I ended up doing was I turned like this. And so I left the mics there, and I just played through the, you know, the part. And just picked one microphone that worked, that sounded the best. So that's why, you know, this intro guitar just sounds the way it does. You know, it's like some weird phasing, but like kind of like, or not, it's not phasing because it's one microphone, but it's just like it has like a much different tone from when you go into the chorus where I'm playing directly on the mic, which you'll hear in 2 seconds. So that's like a production decision, like, you know, that like not really a songwriting one, you know. And I think I just thought that it just gave it like going from that kind of thinner acoustic to like that more warm sounding acoustic. It just was really nice with the vocal. And I knew that I wanted to like add in a lead line. And I had kind of the melody for the vocal already, but like not really. I started music first because I'm like a little shy about singing. I typically prefer to like have stuff in there to make it feel like just have like more stuff in there, so I'm not like only hearing myself singing, because I'll be like hypercritical of what I'm doing. You know, it kind of sucks like recording myself in that way, because you don't have someone sitting there who can help you and be like, hey, like, you know, that was a really good thing and try this or whatever. You kind of just sit there and you're like in the dark, and you're just like, what the fuck am I doing? Anyways, so I put in like a lead line. You know, super simple. But what's funny about this sound is, you know, it's just a piano, right? But the effect is what makes it feel amazing. And I use this spaced out thing, and I like manipulated it to get it to like have the crazy reverse feeling I wanted. But it makes the whole sound, you know? Like it's grainy, weird, like, because without it, it's kind of sad, you know? And it also like pushes it back a little bit, you know? As I got further into the production with the vocal and everything, it kind of like gave me a path of where I wanted to go. Put down this vocal, and at the end of it, just did this thing and was like, hey, that's cool. So now by doing that, I need to go somewhere else with the song. For the rest of your life. And so what happened before was I had acoustic guitar just basically go back to the beginning of the song, right? But after hearing that, it was like, okay, I can't go there. And so after like much exploring and everything, I found this, like in Ableton, I found this like kind of crazy vocal sound thing. Because so I found this, and I was like, oh, damn, that's like such a crazy section. And then now stripped down verse after that. All of these choices kind of helped me get to what the final product was, which is, it's like these things, these crazy synths were like an idea, and then it's how do I develop that idea to become something even bigger, and to make that section really special. And so I recorded like 1 million, or how many, like whatever, 8 vocal things, kind of emulating that to really make it feel special. You know, it's like, it sounds like nothing on its own, but as you build it up, let's play a couple other ones. I'm like Beavis and Butthead every time I just laugh at this shit. So, you know, after finding a lot of different things, you can kind of like make some cool shit to, you know. This goes back to the last video too, the Always Bloom video, where vocals, if you're going for this type of sound, making noises and doing things, you can just create really cool stuff, like on I Want More in the bridge. always bloom, all the background stuff.
In the gloom, it will always bloom.
Compassion, all the verse background stuff.
Your arms forsake you, close. The wheel is turning round.
Ricochet, like
Tell me I did something wrong. I'm calling out, but there's no answer.
I mean, pretty much every single one of our song, we're using vocals to create part of the instrumentation and like the vibe and the melody. So you know, have an idea and then develop that idea into something more unique. Original idea, flushed out idea. So, and I mean, these obviously are like super processed because, oh shit, sorry. That's what they sound like with nothing. And then I put on this Echo Boy. So, and I'm, you know, you may know this, but like, that's just an echo. And what an echo is that when the signal comes in, which is the audio, it delays it however much you set it to, and then it plays it again to whatever sound you want. And you can use echoes to basically be like reverbs, you know, in a way. Because it sounds like it's in a room now with this on. But anyways, we also have this spaced out. I use two things, and that's about it. And then you get this crazy sound. And the only other thing in that section are these three elements. There is a crazy guitar sound that goes into it that I'll show, but I added a bass because it needed that just to like keep it, the root, like keep it going. And this like weird cymbal. It was like a cymbal effect I found that had it had like this really like, I don't know, weird quality to it that I liked. And then I started adding in a kick at this point. So that section, it's like starting to build up a little bit it was such bare bones production until then, and then it gets wild, and then it's like kind of strips everything away again. But at this point, like, of the song, you need to kind of have more shit going on. So that's when I added in the cymbals. And this other, like, you heard the weird cymbal already, but this other cymbal, the other two cymbals in this I played them and kind of just like free-formed them, you know? Which made it like kind of interesting doing the kicks and the snares and stuff, is that I ended up just honestly going through every single one and just moving them by hand to where it felt good. And even though there is tempo, like a tempo map to this song, it was just like, when you put it right on the grid, it just, the feel of this song went completely out the window. So I ended up, like, if I blow this kick up here, just like moving them wherever, like they felt the best, right? And same with the snares, and yeah, so, because it's like, I'm sure people do this, but like I played the guitar and I just did it to the click, and when I was like, that guitar sounds good, it's close enough, that's what I rolled with. I mean, let's see how good I am, let's let's get a couple more grid lines in there. Okay, I'm pretty fucking good, but like, you know, it still's got its own feel. So you gotta put things in that add to the feel of the song. Don't just look at the lines and go, up, it's right there. I mean, I used to work at this company, and we were doing nutty records, and it was with like top level dudes. And I remember when I came out of college, audio engineering school, and was like, all right, here's the 4-bar loop. Okay, I'm gonna like copy and paste it, and then it would be wrong, and they would constantly be like, don't look at the grid, listen to the music, and where the music is, that's where it goes. It doesn't always have to go on the grid. So, you know, just look at what you're doing and listen to what you're doing. That's the biggest thing. So take out the guitar, add in this like a little bit of cymbal production. I mean, there's literally nothing in here, you know? And then we get to the second chorus. Do a little like cutout, right? Do a cutout so it can be big going in. Please feel love because you know. That's where all the drum production comes in, and also new melody, because the low down chorus, like you don't want to go back there. You want this song to go, especially like where it ends up going. Like it needed to have the high thing. And so let's just check out the drums. So that kick in the thing is gone. We have our main kick. A weird like distorty explosion kick thingy. And our snare. And some real live played cymbals to give it feel, you know? And especially on this build-up, you can see like how off-grid everything is. You know, it's like, because it just felt the best. That's where it felt the best, so that's where I put it, you know? And we do have a tempo change going into the outro, but doesn't really matter because same thing applies. I just moved stuff where they need to go. And so to make the outro drums feel like they went somewhere also, I added in these snares to make it just feel like all of a sudden now it's like this like giant like shotgun snare almost. So this is what it sounded like before. So just real quick. It's like kind of chill. No longer chill. So those are the drums. Nothing fancy. The craziest thing I think in this song is this bass sound. I don't know why I was compelled to do this, but this is in the choruses. Yeah, I mean, and I have a little effect here that I built in. Like you hear it come in, it starts ramping in, and it like adds this dimension to the sound. So what this bass is on a lot of synths, you'll have a thing called an LFO. And a thing that I like to do a lot to give character to sounds is to mess with the knobs like while I'm playing it. So it takes like, and I don't like typically, I don't think on this entire, like on the entire record or any chip song I've ever tempo sunk any of my synths. Because again, you're playing to like the feel of what's going on there, which may mean that you have to play it like 50 times to like get the thing right. But I basically just sit there with this knob, and as I'm playing it to the track, I'm like turning the knob to make it have like that really recycly feeling. And it's, it takes time to like find out where you want to turn to and whatever, but it's worth it, because like all this like speeding up and slowing down is all me turning it, right? And the effect going out of there is an echo boy, really high feedback, so it just becomes like a massive crazy thing. Oh, sorry, I'm looping. Right, it just gives it a cool feel. But in the only other thing before we get to the outro, and then I'm going to go back and I'll show the vocals just because why not? This, in the first chorus, going out of it, we have a guitar effect that goes into that same effect that was on the bass. So what that effect is, I have no fucking idea. I have no idea how I made that. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you, but it sounds really awesome, huh? And again, like 50 hours ago when I was talking about, having the vocal do what it did made me make this B section, turnaround, whatever. That's why I made the effect for the bass, and for this made that weird guitar sound. Because the vocal like guided where we wanted to go. It just makes the transition work, because it goes out and then it comes back up. But you're having like it's just like a bunch of crossovers, it's like you're leaving that space, and as that space is fading out, that new one is fading in, and you're getting it just makes it what it is. And it's not like anything crazy. It's 2 fucking instruments, or I guess 3 if you consider my voice an instrument, but 3 things that make that whole transition work with the other voices. So that's that. What else is there? I'm going to do the vocals last. So then we get to the end of the song, and there's a big vocal screen thing, and we go into like a rock section. And again, same thing applies. Like, I'm trying a million different things like vocally in this time at this point. And it just, more of the same from earlier, doing all these different things, and then walk out of the room, come back, and just do like whatever the hell this sound is in that range. And it just stuck because I was like, fuck, I can't do anything else. So here we are. But going out of it, if you can see, there are these 3 vocals. They have them chopped up. And the reason I did that was because the breathing, to get it like, because at this point I'm not like super familiar with what I'm doing. And so like to like have the breathing end up right, it was just difficult for me. So I basically had the main vocal, and that played all the way through. But then to get the 2 parts right, I like stripped them out, and I think, yeah, see, you can see here, I had a vocal. I don't know if it's the same as this one, but it like I skipped this last line because I don't think I knew like what melody I wanted, and then I just randomly just like yelled, like just did this. And yeah, I don't know. I have no idea like where it came from or whatever, but that was the only time I did that. I just did that once, and I was like, that's good enough. I don't need to like blow my vocal out trying to like do it 50,000 times. And so to get there, I had to find like a melody. See, I'm like all over the place. I'm talking about vocals. I said I was going to save it, but we're here now. So I had to like find a melody to put there, and I ended up with this. Every day of your... And so to do the performance, I had to like know where I was coming from out of here, so the breath would line up. I hope it holds you. So it's like, you know, it's kind of overlapping, but it's fine. And then I like time the breath with when the scream comes in, so it doesn't sound whack. Every day of your life. So, why does that affect what I'm about to show you now? It does because when you do that scream, you're not going back to the fucking acoustic guitar. Like, imagine that would be like crazy. So, I was like, fuck it, we're doing hard shit. So, that section took a while to build up. But what ended up happening is I think I like took a break from working on it, you know, cut sections out of them and muted them and moved them and whatever. And so what happened was this little blob was left in, and I like didn't have it muted because I had no intention of going back to acoustic guitar. And we had this giant rock thing going, and all of a sudden, like, it went to, like, I just played it and everything dropped out for whatever reason, and it was only the guitar and whatever demo vocal I had. And then I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. So that's how that happened. I mean, mistakes, you know, and you get cool shit. So that's basically it. I mean, it like rock section, made a mistake, everything dropped out. It sounded cool. I ran with it. And then we go back in the rock section to end the song. And what happened was I had this little acoustic thing at the end already from when I did the original guitar from a million years ago. And when I say original, I mean like I played through the whole song and then played through the whole song again, turned like I showed earlier, and just put the parts where I wanted them, basically. I had it, let's see, it's capoed. I don't know where my capo is, but basically it's like, going into this rock section, right? And I knew that it would be cool, instead of going back to like the please feel love because you know, to now go back here. So it's kind of like, I guess it's a key change. I have no idea, but go into this. And that changes where like because you know, it just changes where all the vocals fall in. So now I'm like having to change the vocal melody to fit what that is. But to me, it makes the song like have like more retention to it, because now you're hearing me sing that line, and it's, what is it? Like, 'cause you know you deserve his heart. Whereas before it's, because you know, whatever it is, I'm in a different key. But yeah, so keep shit interesting. I mean, that's what I try to do with my music. I don't know if people like it or not, but I do. But anyways, same thing applies to this outro. Is instead of just playing those chords now, I changed what the chords are. And one of the main chords was the second chord is a G minor. And going into this outro now, we change it to G major. And it's such a small change, but it changes what you're here. It just changes what you're feeling, I guess. It also changes what I can play, you know? So, like, it just helped me find a cool way to make an interesting guitar part to end the song on. So there's 4 guitars. It's a Telecaster, and this one doesn't say what it is, but I also just realized something. This has all been a lie. I did not have 2 mics on that guitar. What I had is one mic, the big one that I showed, and I played it twice. So the stereo guitars are actually from 2 different takes, and I did change the mic on that. But those are 2 different takes. And same with these guitars. These 4 guitars are 4 different takes of me moving the mics around and just finding a cool sound. And the other thing that goes in there is this guitar. And this is what, like, that guitar was the first one I put in. And that one made me want to change that G minor to a G major chord, because I was like, wait, we can make like a really interesting melody thing in there. And so by playing it like that, and then you put in this guitar, and then you put in this guitar, creates kind of a crazy sound. And we had a solo because it's nothing. It was more like for ambiance. It's not like a solo. The main thing were the stacks of electrics, but then this guitar that I used to reinforce what the melody was. Because when you have like really distorted guitars like that, you kind of can lose the nuance. So this was the only purpose of this thing, was to basically reinforce that nuance. So when Craig mixed it like can have this huge guitar sound, but also have the detail. I'll mute the effect for a sec. See the difference? And like with these guitars, it adds in that really cool texture. And by the way that I made that guitar sound is the actual guitar is panned all the way over there, but then I make the effect, like an effect send, a mono send with whatever effect that I wanted, and I put it on the other side. And because it's a delay, you're getting the sound, and it's delayed over there, so it sounds like this really wide sound, even though it's just one guitar. But all together, you hear this. So it just gives it the nuance that you lost without it. Like, here's the same section without it. So yeah, that's basically everything in there. Wanted the vocals at that point to be very like insular, like as if you're in a burning building and everything is collapsing around you, but you're holding the person you love, aka Emma and Ryan. And yeah, so didn't like just did like a really, and I distorted them just because like how distorted everything was. It just needed something to like get it like to be able to compete.
Every day for the rest of your life.
I mean, at this point, it was like the mix was like so fucking big that it was I like added these BGVs just literally so you could hear what the hell was going on. But let's just go through the vocals here. Should we go? Which way should we go? Let's go front to back. Why not? That makes no sense at all. Okay, we're gonna go from the beginning. So that's all the music. What you learned is that that's how we develop our shit. No, okay. In this particular song, it doesn't always work out this way. A combination of like what the vision was to produce it and how like melody and those things kind of like shaped up determined how I produced the song. And when I first did this, I pretty much had no intention to go where we go at the end. You know, when I started out here, I didn't think that I was going to go here. But through working on the song and producing it, that's where it felt like it should have, you know, had to go. And also you can even just hear like for 2 seconds, like sonically what you're hearing there compared to here. It's quite a leap and a bound. So, and then also here, this song is all over the damn place, but collectively it creates, I don't know, I think this, again, like I wrote in my book, I think it's the most important song that I'll ever write because it was for someone that I deeply care about and who deeply cares about me. And that's it. That's the only thing I can do, and that's the best thing I can do. So it's crazy. I'll forever hate and love this song. When you want to surprise someone, you can't get their feedback or whatever. It's like nerve-wracking. And like the pressure that I like put on myself to do this and make it good was crazy. It was super crazy. I mean, I guess that's like what being an artist is. I have no fucking clue, but like, yeah, the pressure was just out of control. Because you can't, when you do something like this, it can't be dog water. It's gotta be good. Quotations around good. So I just had a lot of pressure on myself, and it made it really, really hard to do this song. And I remember when I gave it to Craig, I straight up was like, Craig, I don't know if the song's done, but I can't listen to it anymore. Because if I listen to it, I'm just going to delete everything and start over. And I don't want to do that. So here you go. And if I need to fix something, you let me know. Because at a certain point, you know, perfection is the enemy of good. I don't know what's the saying? Okay, this is saying perfection is the enemy of progress. Okay. So here's the vocals, and I'll talk about like why the sounds, I guess. Like
I know I love you for all of my life.
so that first verse, I want to start really small, like really intimate. And one of the things that make things intimate is like warmness and like, proximity. And so I made like a kind of like a telephone effect that like really made it feel like it was like an insular thought. And I guess like this would be a good point to talk about the lyrics too, but it starts out like maybe I'll deserve you just the way you are. And I think like when I was writing it that I was thinking of things like I would say to her or like things that Ryan would say to her, like or things I would say to someone that I love. Like I don't know, I think it could be really like widely interpreted. Like the first verse is maybe I deserve you just the way that you are. I know I love you for all of my life. And it's like so simple, but it's I think we don't live in ultimate reality where life is perfect all the time and people are flawed and everything. So it's I think that's what the whole point is that maybe I deserve you just the way you are. And yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm fucked up like with all this like deserving people shit. I don't know. But then we go in the chorus, or let's listen to it one more time.
Maybe I deserve you just the way that you are. I know I love you for all of my life. Please feel love.
So there is a sound change going into the chorus, not just like obviously like the way I'm singing it, but I wanted it now to feel more open. And also like part of like making an more open sound, not like so internal sound, is that it makes it feel like, I don't know, like more loving and more caring and all these things. And so that's kind of what I was thinking doing this.
Please feel love because you know you deserve every bit of his heart. When you cry, I hope hold you every day for the rest of your life.
Another thing too is I wanted it to be very like it just be very pure and like and just try to like make it feel like as genuine as possible.
Please feel love because you know you deserve.
Like something about like fair, maybe like just super soft and just real, I've never sang like this, so it was kind of a interesting thing to do. And I'm really proud of it, but I'm also like really critical of myself. So sometimes I'm like, fuck, that sucks. But it just depends on, I guess, what side of the bed you wake up on.
Please feel love because you know you deserve every bit of his heart. When you cry, I hope hold you every day for the rest of your life.
I just saw looking at this at on the line, please feel love because you know you deserve every bit of his heart. I wrote, thank you. Powers that be, they bless me. All right. So then going into the next one, I wanted it to go back to that like super insular vocal because it's like the two different, parts. And the lines are maybe life is worth it when I know that you're there. My writing's all. Oh, I know it's simple because I'll always be right here.
Maybe life is worth it when I know that you're there. I know it's simple because you'll always be right here.
And the other thing to make the choice to make it be like that, so insular, is it's like almost like the verses are the private conversations, like between, more intimate conversations and whatever. And yeah. And then the next chorus, I just had to change the vocal melody just because to make it just be more exciting, I guess, at this point. I don't really know. I didn't want to go back. I wanted to go somewhere new and explore, I guess.
Please feel love because you know you deserve every bit of his heart. When you cry, I hope he holds you every day of your life. Because you know you deserve his heart. When you cry, I hope he holds you every day for the rest of your life. Please feel.
Yep. And that's probably the best love song that I'll come up with for a long time. And I really hope that people like it because honestly, do I care? I'm thrilled with what I made, and I'm thrilled with how Emma and Ryan reacted to it and like heard their family and like all our friends and the friends of friends. And it just got such a good reception from the people who the song are for and about. And that's life, man. I do wonder sometimes like what this song I wonder what this song like is really, because I know why I wrote it. And I know exactly when I'm saying please feel love because you deserve every bit of his heart. I know exactly that I'm looking at Emma saying that. But then like when you hear it, and this is the powerful thing about music. Here's the thing. Is music makes you think of the people that you care about, or it just makes you feel things and remember things. And that's the coolest thing about it, is that it can bring things back that you don't even know are there in you, whatever. And the reason that I just got so emotional is because like I just got to see David Gilmour with my dad. which that alone is special enough to see someone that my dad, when he was younger than me, was listening to with his friends, and would never have thought that in a million years he'd be at a show with his son sing the same guy, and for me to be like as in love with music as I am. So that's one thing. But then there's a really famous Pink Floyd song, Wish You Were Here. And I love that song. I've always loved that song. And it just like makes it just, it's crazy how you will never know like how things will affect you or what will happen. Like I was just excited to see the song and just see him play. And when he just was doing it, like it made me think of one of my friends who passed away. And I just was like so overwhelmed with like all the emotion and everything. And it's like, it's just, life is just fucking crazy. And like, you never know like what will happen to you. You never know you never know what will happen to you, but you also never know the good, the bad, anything like, or how things are gonna affect you later. And that's why music is super powerful. And I like obviously was like really emotional watching that, but then thinking about it, it was like, this is why I make music and why I love music and why I wanted to make this song, because you never know, like, this is a song I can hear in 20 years if I'm lucky enough to be around and just be like overcome with emotion thinking back about it. Or likewise for Emma or Ryan or like their friends that know like where it came from. But also it could also maybe like if you're lucky and break through, it can affect someone else that I've never met the same way. And so, yeah, I just, music is a special thing. And I think it's something that people are taking a little bit for granted these days with AI and all this shit, that it's really important. And I think people need to be aware of its importance and support like the local cool artists from your town that you see, and be curious about those people and following them. And because there's so many amazing artists. Like I go on my phone and obviously all I do is get flooded with musicians and things. And I just sit there and I'm like, fuck, these guys are good as shit. All the time. All the fucking time. And it's cool because it's inspiring. It inspires me to want to be better. It inspires it's just, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be in the video. Kind of had a meltdown for a second, but fuck. Yeah. I just, we make kind of crazy music and intense music, and this was like a nice like step away from that. And I think at the end of the day, like, I think the message that we do want to share is that you're not alone, and it's not wrong to like call things out the way they are, but it's ultimately because we want to get somewhere where we're better people, and and hopefully like help people get away from whatever shit they're dealing with or whatever. And yeah, R.I.P. Lucky, man.
feel love because you know you deserve every bit of his heart. When you cry, I hope hold you every day for the rest of your life.